The Office may have been off the air for many years now, but it continues to reveal itself as one of the most dense and impressively laid sitcoms in TV history. To this very day, fans are uncovering secret subplots and insanely subtle gags which will simply pass most viewers by. Hell, we've already done a couple of videos on them that you should definitely check out, plug. Better still though, this also extends to the show's frankly insane approach to foreshadowing major plot developments. Across its 9 seasons, The Office hinted at a number of memorable moments in advance, be it just a few episodes prior or perhaps several seasons before they actually came to fruition. These masterful feats of foreshadowing may have seemed totally innocuous at the time, but to anyone revisiting the show for a second, third, or 20th time, they may well have stoked the light bulb of recognition in their brain. I'm Josh from WhatCulture.com, and these are 10 crazy foreshadowing moments in The Office you totally missed. Number 10. Michael has a life-changing day, but not in the way he thinks. The season 4 finale, Goodbye Toby, revolves, of course, around the departure of Michael Scott's longtime Office nemesis, Toby Flenderson. Michael kicks the episode off in a chipper mood about Toby's leaving, saying, "Today is Toby Flenderson's last day. I couldn't sleep last night. I came extra early. So much energy. There are certain days you know you will remember for the rest of your life, and I just have a feeling that today is one of those days." And Michael is absolutely right about his lofty prediction, just not in the way he expected. As it turns out, Toby's last day coincides with the arrival of HR rep Holly Flax to the office, who would of course eventually marry Michael and give birth to 4 of his children. Though it is possible this was a cuter than cute coincidence, it also is completely brilliant as a piece of foreshadowing of the family life awaiting Michael, and one shoot to leave unsuspecting repeat viewers slack-jawed. Number 9. Phyllis asks about Pam's wedding dress before stealing it. In Season 2's Dwight's speech, Pam is busy planning her wedding to Roy, when Phyllis asks to see pictures of her wedding dress. What could possibly be more harmless, right? Well, in the Season 3 episode, Phyllis's Wedding, Phyllis gets married to Bob Vance Refrigeration. As Phyllis walks down the aisle though, Pam is left upset at how many elements of the wedding, from the invitations to her dress, were effectively ripped off from her own eventually cancelled wedding to Roy. And surprise surprise, the evidence was there for keen-eyed viewers an entire season earlier when Phyllis asked to see the pictures of the dress. Phyllis is ultimately shown to be one of the Office's more quietly calculating characters, exploiting her warm, kindly exterior to execute Machiavellian schemes like this. Terrible. Number 8. Jim is responsible for Michael dating Pam's mother. In Season 4's chair model, a newly single Michael asks the members of the office to write down the names of women they can set him up with, prompting Jim to jokingly write down Pam's mother, Helene Beasley. But while Michael doesn't immediately follow up on this suggestion, he clearly kept the name in the back of his mind somewhere, as one of the major subplots in Season 6 sees him dating her as Pam learns to her disgust in The Lover. As bad as she was at Michael, and even more so when he dumped Helene after finding out her age, Pam should probably be angrier at Jim for this one for suggesting the pairing in the first place, no matter how flippantly. Jim does get his comeuppance though. The scene where Michael reveals this to him is, it's pitch perfect comedy. Number 7. Michael predicts Stanley's heart attack. In the Season 5 two-parter Stress Relief, you'll probably remember that Stanley suffers a heart attack after Dwight stages an especially authentic fire drill. But this was tactically predicted an entire season earlier by Michael in the episode Did I Stutter? While administering a fake firing to Stanley for his infamous titular outburst, Michael tells Stanley that he's fired like a heart attack. It says a lot about Stanley, however, that even after suffering such a serious medical event, he still managed to perform 25 push-ups in order to leave the office early in the Season 6 episode Happy Hour. Number 6. Dwight plays the long game with Angela. You might remember that the Season 3 two-part episode A Benihana Christmas sees Angela performing a karaoke rendition of the song Little Drummer Boy, while Dwight holds up the mic and knowingly looks at the camera. In Season 5, we learn that this is in fact Angela's favourite song, but if we go all the way back to the series' pilot episode, there is a sneaky hint suggesting that she and Dwight were destined to end up together the whole time. In the pilot, the very first thing we see Dwight do is annoy Jim by humming and vocalizing along to a song. And if you've been at all listening, you can probably guess what that is. It is, of course, the Little Drummer Boy. Even though Jenna Fisher and Angela Kinsey dismissed it as mere coincidence on their Office Ladies podcast, it still creates an immediate link between Dwight and Angela from the show's first few minutes. Number 5. Michael inspires Jan's candle business. In the Season 4 episode Dinner Party, numerous mentions are made of the fact that Jan Levinson is now running a clearly doomed candle-making business from home named Serenity by Jan. But the seeds for this subplot were sown an entire season earlier in Season 3's Cocktails, when Michael picks up a candle and says to Jan, "Wow, this one really smells like vanilla." Hilariously, at the time, Jan is totally disinterested in the candle and basically brushes Michael off, though that vanilla scent clearly left some sort of a lingering impression as a year later it became the focus of her entrepreneurial pursuit. Number 4. Pam's Hitler costume foreshadows her failing art school. Now, this one is nothing short of genius foreshadowing, and proof that so much thought is put into even the most seemingly insignificant details in The Office. In Season 5's Employee Transfer, Pam dresses up as Charlie Chaplin for Halloween, but is quickly embarrassed to find herself the only person who bothered to dress up at corporate. In addition to being unable to remove the fake mustache due to applying it with tough-to-remove grease paint, she realizes that she also can't remove the top hat without instead resembling Adolf Hitler. Yikes. That is a mix-up you do not want to happen. In retrospect though, likening Pam to Hitler here wasn't just a mere offhand joke, but actually foreshadowing the fact that Pam falls out of art school a mere 2 episodes later in Business Trip. After all, Hitler famously failed the entrance exam to the Academy of Fine Arts in Vienna, and considering how these 2 episodes are so close together, there's no way this was just a coincidence. Number 3. Oscar's gay affair. The Emmy-winning Season 3 premiere Gay Witch Hunt revolves around Michael accidentally outing Oscar as gay and the blowback he receives as a result. After Toby informs Michael that Oscar feels discriminated against by the hyper-religious Angela, Michael retorts, "I think Angela might be gay. Could Oscar and Angela be having a gay affair?" Well, amusingly, Michael wasn't too far off with this one, as Oscar and Angela do get entwined in a gay affair, given that Angela's future husband, Robert Lipton, is eventually revealed to be a closeted gay man who is having an affair with none other than Oscar. Considering that the affair isn't confirmed until the Season 9 episode The Boat, that's an incredibly long lead time. Number 2. Jim's Second Life character lives out his future. One of the main subplots in Season 4's Local Ad sees Dwight disappearing into the popular online world of Second Life, where he basically creates a facsimile of his actual physical life. Soon enough, and in true fashion, Jim creates his own avatar, Jim Sam Tamko, in order to stalk Dwight. This avatar is a guitar-toting version of himself who is described as a Philly sports writer. Sound familiar? Well, in the Season 9 premiere New Guys, Jim's second life basically becomes his first life, as he moves to Philadelphia to help found sports marketing company Athlete, later Athleap, and later in the season, while living with Daryl, he's even briefly seen playing Guitar Hero. Clearly, the writers knew what they had in store for Jim when they hinted at his unfulfilled ambitions years earlier. Number 1. Michael predicts Jim and Pam's surprise pregnancy. In Season 5's 2-part premiere Weight Loss, Jim is preparing to visit Pam, which ultimately results in him proposing to her, but before he heads off, Michael hands him a condom and tells him, "I don't want you to end up with a surprise pregnancy like me." Michael, who may or may not have gotten Jan pregnant, offers Jim more condoms, which Jim refuses, seemingly foretelling that Jim and Pam themselves end up with a surprise pregnancy in the same season's finale, Company Picnic. Thankfully, their reaction to the surprise was a good deal more harmonious than when Michael got the news from Jan. Even so, it is clear that Michael Scott was written to be a versatile soothsayer throughout The Office, inadvertently foreshadowing the future wherever the writers could playfully shoehorn it in. So that's our list. I want to know what you guys think down in the comments below. Did you pick up on this foreshadowing when you first went through The Office, and are there any that I missed off here? Either way, while you're down in the comments, could you give us a like, share, subscribe, and head over to whatculture.com for more lists and news like this every single day. Even if you don't though, I've been Josh, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.